Welcome back to BNB Spoilers channel. Today we will dive into the scorching drama set to unfold on The Bold and the Beautiful this summer, featuring a long-awaited return, a fierce rivalry, and a romantic whirlwind that promises to leave fans on the edge of their seats. As the sun heats up, so does the tension in Los Angeles, with a familiar face re-entering the scene to shake up relationships and ignite old flames. We're talking about none other than Nick Marone, played by the charismatic Jack Wagner, whose comeback is poised to be a game-changer for Brooke Logan and her ongoing saga with Ridge Forrester. Prepare for a roller coaster of emotions as we unpack the juicy details of this explosive storyline, complete with new twists, deeper insights, and a dramatic showdown that will redefine love and power on the show. Let's start with the bombshell news of Nick Marone's return, which is already generating buzz among loyal viewers. According to an exclusive interview with Soap Opera Digest, Jack Wagner will reprise his role as the dashing shipping magnate starting June 16, marking a significant turning point for the summer storyline. Nick isn't just back for a casual visit, he's arrived with a renewed sense of purpose and a fortune that rivals even the wealthiest players in town. Wagner described his character as a man transformed by time, now helming Marone shipping with an iron grip and an international reputation that precedes him. Picture this, a suave, globe-trotting tycoon who walks into a room and instantly commands attention, his confidence bolstered by a bank account that could buy entire empires. This isn't the Nick we remember from years past. He's evolved into a powerhouse, unafraid to take risks or challenge anyone who stands in his way, setting the stage for some unforgettable confrontations. Speaking of confrontations, let's turn our attention to the brewing storm between Nick and Ridge Forrester, a rivalry that promises to be as fiery as a summer wildfire. Wagner hinted that Nick views Ridge as little more than an annoyance, a mere fly on his shoulder that he can easily brush off. This dismissive attitude is a stark departure from the respect or caution others might show Ridge, and it's bound to ruffle some feathers. Imagine Ridge, accustomed to being the center of attention at Forrester Creations, suddenly finding himself outmaneuvered by a man who doesn't play by the usual rules. Nick's wealth gives him leverage, but it's his fearless demeanor that truly makes him a formidable foe. Sources close to the production suggest that their clash will go beyond mere words, with business deals and personal betrayals adding fuel to the fire. This isn't just a battle for dominance, it's a war for Brooke Logan's heart, and Nick is ready to fight dirty if it means winning her over. Now, let's delve into Brooke's perspective, because her summer is about to get a lot more complicated. Currently, Ridge may be entangled with Taylor Hayes, but history tells us that his connection with Brooke is never truly severed. However, Brooke isn't the same woman who once waited patiently for Ridge to make up his mind. Enter Nick Marone, who storms back into her life like a hurricane, offering something Ridge has often failed to provide: decisiveness. Wagner emphasized in his interview that Nick isn't one to waver or play emotional tug-of-war. Instead, he's a straight shooter who knows what he wants, and right now, he wants Brooke. Picture a series of intense, heartfelt encounters where Nick lays his cards on the table, reminding Brooke of a passion and stability she's been missing. This wake-up call could be exactly what she needs to reassess her priorities, leaving her torn between the comfort of familiarity with Ridge and the thrilling unpredictability of Nick's world. As if the love triangle weren't enough to keep us glued to our screens, the drama is set to reach new heights with a breathtaking location shoot in Italy, slated to air in late July. The picturesque backdrop of rolling hills and ancient architecture will serve as the perfect setting for a storyline that promises a hot summer climax, as teased by the show's previews. Rumor has it that Nick's return will culminate in a moment so significant, it could alter the course of several characters' lives. Behind-the-scenes reports have spotted Wagner filming with an engagement ring, sparking speculation that Nick might drop to one knee and propose to Brooke under the Italian sun. Can you imagine the look on Ridge's face if Brooke were to accept? This potential engagement isn't just a romantic gesture. It's a bold statement of intent, a declaration that Nick is here to stay and rewrite Brooke's future. The emotional stakes couldn't be higher, and fans are already buzzing with theories about how this will play out. But the story doesn't end with a proposal, there's more to come that will keep us guessing. Although Wagner's return arc is described as short due to his other professional commitments, the show's writers are making every second count. Each episode featuring Nick is packed with intensity, ensuring that his impact lingers long after he steps off screen. Wagner himself dropped a tantalizing hint about a jaw-dropping cliffhanger in a recent script, suggesting that this isn't the last we've seen of Nick Marone. Could this cliffhanger involve a shocking betrayal, a last-minute twist in the love triangle, or perhaps a business maneuver that changes the power dynamics in Los Angeles? Whatever it is, Wagner's comments indicate that the door is wide open for Nick to return in future chapters, especially with the unresolved tension surrounding Brooke. The idea of Nick fighting to win her back again and again adds a layer of intrigue that will keep viewers hooked for months to come. Adding to the excitement, let's consider the broader implications of Nick's return on the B&B universe. His status as a shipping tycoon doesn't just give him financial clout. It potentially opens up new storylines involving international intrigue, corporate espionage, or even family secrets tied to Marone shipping. Imagine a subplot where Nick's business dealings intersect with Forrester creations, creating alliances and enemies in unexpected places. Perhaps we'll see new characters introduced through Nick's world, such as a cunning business partner or a mysterious figure from his past who holds a grudge. These elements could enrich the show's tapestry, giving fans even more to discuss and dissect. Moreover, Nick's influence might inspire Brooke to explore a side of herself she's kept buried, perhaps stepping into a more assertive role in both her personal and professional life. The ripple effects of his presence are endless, and they promise to reshape the dynamics we've come to know so well. Next, we will explore the electrifying return of a fan-favorite character on The Bold and the Beautiful, setting the stage for a summer of romance, rivalry, and unexpected twists. We're diving deep into the comeback of Nick Marone, portrayed by the ever-charming Jack Wagner, who is set to make waves starting Monday, June 16th. More than 13 years after his departure, Nick is back with a mission that could change the trajectory of Brooke Logan's tumultuous love life. With new layers added to his character, a beefed-up storyline, and a few creative spins, we're unpacking all the drama that awaits in Los Angeles. Get ready for an emotional journey as we delve into Nick's bold intentions, his clash with Ridge Forrester, and the potential for a rekindled romance that might just rewrite Brooke's future. First, let's set sail with the monumental news of Nick Marone's return, a comeback that has longtime fans buzzing with excitement. After over a decade away from the canvas, Jack Wagner is stepping back into Nick's shoes, bringing with him a renewed vigor and a purpose that promises to shake things up. His reappearance on June 16th comes at a critical moment for Brooke Logan, who's been grappling with heartache following yet another fallout with Ridge Forrester. Sources say Brooke is in such a fragile state that whispers of an emotional breakdown aren't far-fetched. Picture her staring wistfully out of windows at Forrester Creations, haunted by memories of Ridge's indecisiveness. But Nick isn't just returning to offer a shoulder to cry on, he's on a mission to snap Brooke out of her cycle of pain. Wagner revealed to Soap Opera Digest that Nick's primary goal is to awaken Brooke to the toxic patterns she's endured with Ridge and claim her heart once and for all. This isn't a fleeting visit. It's a full-on crusade to remind Brooke of her worth, and fans who've yearned for her to break free from Ridge's grip are in for a treat. Now, let's dive into what makes this version of Nick Marone so captivating and different from the man we last saw. Time has been kind to Nick, transforming him into a titan of the shipping world after inheriting his late father Massimo's sprawling empire. Imagine a man who commands boardrooms in ports across the globe, his name synonymous with power in the maritime industry. Think of him as the Victor Newman of shipping, with a swagger to match. Wagner teased that Nick's newfound confidence borders on arrogance, especially when it comes to his interactions with Ridge. Picture a scene where Nick barely acknowledges Ridge's presence at a high-stakes business event, tossing out quips so sharp they could cut through steel. Wagner admitted to improvising lines that were a little shocking, hinting at a dynamic where Nick treats Ridge with the kind of disdain usually reserved for minor inconveniences. This isn't just a personal rivalry, it's a clash of titans, with Nick's wealth and bold demeanor positioning him as a serious threat to Ridge's ego and influence. Shifting our focus to Brooke, her emotional landscape is about to get a seismic shakeup with Nick's arrival. For years, she's been caught in a repetitive dance with Ridge, always forgiving his missteps and clinging to the nickname My Logan like a lifeline. But recent whispers from the set suggest Brooke is at a breaking point. Think late-night confessions to Donna about feeling trapped in a loveless loop. Nick's return couldn't be more timely, as he steps in not just as a former flame but as a beacon of clarity. Wagner emphasized that Nick's resolve is unwavering. He's here to show Brooke a different kind of love, one rooted in certainty rather than chaos. Envision steamy, nostalgic moments by the marina, where Nick recounts their past adventures on the open sea, stirring emotions Brooke thought were long buried. His presence forces her to confront whether her destiny with Ridge is outdated, like a faded design sketch, and whether Nick might be the fresh start she's been craving all along. The drama doesn't stop at heartfelt reunions. It's set to escalate with a summer arc that promises to keep viewers glued to their screens. Executive producer and head writer Bradley Bell sees this as more than just a brief storyline, it's potentially the opening chapter of a renewed romance between Brooke and Nick. Imagine their chemistry reigniting during a glamorous gala, with Nick whispering promises of a future free from Ridge's shadow as they dance under glittering chandeliers. Wagner dropped a tantalizing hint about a jaw-dropping cliffhanger in a script he recently received, suggesting that this arc will end on a note that leaves fans clamoring for more. Could it be a dramatic confrontation where Nick lays everything on the line, or perhaps a shocking revelation tied to his shipping empire that pulls Brooke deeper into his world? Whatever it is, it's clear that the door is wide open for Nick's return in future episodes, especially given Wagner's availability between projects like Hallmark Channel's When Calls the Heart. Adding a fresh layer to this storyline, let's explore the broader impact of Nick's return on the B&B universe, with some creative elements to enrich the narrative. His status as a shipping magnate opens up a treasure trove of possibilities. Think covert deals and exotic locales or long-buried family secrets tied to Massimo's legacy that surface unexpectedly. Picture a subplot where Nick's business ventures collide with Forrester Creations, perhaps over a lucrative contract that pits him against Ridge in a public showdown at a fashion summit. New characters could emerge from Nick's orbit, like a cunning rival from a competing shipping firm or a mysterious woman from his past who claims to know secrets about his empire. These additions could deepen the stakes, creating alliances and betrayals that ripple through the entire cast. Moreover, Nick's influence might inspire Brooke to tap into her own strength, perhaps launching a business venture of her own to rival the men in her life, proving she's more than just a romantic prize. Let's also take a moment to appreciate Jack Wagner's storied career, which adds an extra layer of excitement to Nick's return. For those who might not know, Wagner's soap opera journey began in 1982 with A New Day in Eden, but his breakout role came as Frisco Jones on General Hospital, where he became a household name and met his future wife, Christina Melandro. After stints on Santa Barbara and as the villainous Peter Burns on Melrose Place, Wagner joined The Bold and the Beautiful in 2003, captivating audiences as Nick until 2012. His recent marriage to singer Michelle Wolf earlier this month has fans celebrating his personal happiness alongside his on-screen return. Imagine the depth Wagner brings to Nick, drawing from decades of portraying complex characters. Every smirk, every intense gaze is infused with a history that makes Nick's pursuit of Brooke all the more compelling. His real-life charisma only amplifies the anticipation for how Nick will navigate this latest chapter. Next, we will delve into the controversial storm surrounding Liam Spencer's storyline on The Bold and the Beautiful, where fans are passionately calling for actor Scott Clifton to break his silence. A wave of frustration has swept through the fandom as many believe the show's writers are mishandling Liam's character with a medical plotline that has left viewers scratching their heads. From a perplexing brain tumor diagnosis to a bizarrely placed bandage, this arc has sparked intense debate and criticism across social media platforms. Join us as we explore the details of this divisive narrative, unpack the fan reactions with fresh insights, introduce creative elements to enhance the story's depth, and speculate on what might lie ahead for Liam in the dramatic world of Los Angeles. Let's start by addressing the heart of the controversy that has ignited such fervor among the Bold and the Beautiful enthusiasts. Liam Spencer, portrayed by the talented Scott Clifton, has long been a central figure in the soap's intricate web of romance and drama, but his latest storyline has fans up in arms. Recently, the character was diagnosed with a brain tumor, a serious and potentially heart-wrenching development that could have paved the way for powerful storytelling. However, instead of depicting a realistic medical journey, the writers have opted for an approach that many deem superficial and confusing. Picture Liam walking around Forrester Creations with nothing to show for his grave condition except a single bandage awkwardly taped to the back of his head, no signs of radiation, chemotherapy, or even a hint of post-surgical recovery. This odd creative choice has left viewers questioning whether the writers are taking Liam's plight seriously, with some accusing them of destroying a beloved character through lazy plotting. The lack of depth in portraying such a life-altering diagnosis feels like a missed opportunity to explore Liam's vulnerability in a meaningful way. Diving deeper into the specifics of this peculiar narrative, the bandage itself has become a lightning rod for criticism and a source of unintended humor among the audience. Imagine tuning into an emotionally charged scene where Liam is pouring his heart out to Hope or Steffi, only for the camera to pan to a flimsy strip of gauze stuck haphazardly in his hair, looking more like a forgotten prop than a symbol of his struggle. Fans have taken to online forums and social media to express their bewilderment, with one viewer humorously noting, "How does Scott Clifton keep a straight face delivering these intense lines while sporting a bandage that looks like it's about to fall off mid-sentence?" The placement and purpose of this bandage remain a mystery. Some speculate it's meant to represent a surgical scar from a brain bleed incident, while others wonder if it's simply covering a head injury from a fall. Regardless, the consensus is that this visual cue feels more comical than tragic, undermining what could have been a deeply moving arc for Liam as he grapples with mortality and the impact on his loved ones. The internet, as expected, has not held back in dissecting this baffling creative decision, with fan reactions ranging from frustration to outright mockery. Across platforms like Twitter and dedicated soap opera fan pages, the commentary has been relentless. One exasperated fan posted, "What is that bandage even supposed to cover? Did they think we'd forget Liam has a brain tumor without sticking a random patch on his head?" Another chimed in with a sarcastic jab, pointing out how the bandage seems to migrate across Liam's scalp depending on the episode, at times resembling a poorly disguised bald spot in quick camera shots. Imagine a montage of fan-made memes circulating online, zooming in on the bandage with captions like "Liam's Tumor Reminder 3000, reflecting the mix of humor and irritation felt by the audience. These reactions highlight a broader sentiment that the writers have failed to honor the gravity of Liam's condition, turning a potentially compelling storyline into a punchline that distracts from the character's emotional core. To add a creative twist and enrich this narrative, let's imagine a subplot that could salvage Liam's arc and address some of the fan criticism. Suppose the bandage isn't just a sloppy oversight but a deliberate clue to a deeper mystery. Perhaps Liam is hiding the true extent of his condition from his family, using the bandage as a decoy to avoid questions about experimental treatments he's secretly undergoing at a cutting-edge clinic outside Los Angeles. Picture clandestine late-night drives to a shadowy medical facility, where Liam meets with an enigmatic neurosurgeon who warns him that the procedure could alter his personality or erase memories of his past loves. This added layer would inject suspense into the storyline, giving viewers a reason to invest in Liam's journey beyond the superficial visuals. It would also provide Scott Clifton with richer material to showcase Liam's internal conflict. Balancing the hope of survival with the fear of losing who he is, while addressing fan concerns about the lack of depth in the current depiction of his illness. Looking ahead, the burning question remains, what's next for Liam Spencer, and will the writers heed the outcry to steer this storyline in a more authentic direction? Fans are eagerly speculating about potential developments, with some hoping for a dramatic hospital scene where Liam finally undergoes a visible treatment, surrounded by family as they confront the reality of his diagnosis. Envision a tearful moment where Hope and Steffi set aside their rivalry to support Liam at his bedside, or a plot twist revealing that his tumor is tied to a larger Forrester family secret, perhaps a genetic condition inherited unknowingly.